Assalamu alaikum everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about my screen time. So this is an update for the past month, the month of January, and looking back, things are not looking good, but we're going to change all of that. In this video, we're going to talk about why I'm focusing on reducing my screen time, what my goals are, how well I was doing this past month, and how poorly I did this past month, what worked, what didn't work, and what I'm going to be doing moving forward so I can improve my screen time. So I've talked about why I want to improve my screen time because of its mental health benefits, its actual physical health benefits that I feel like I experience when I reduce my screen time. I've talked about it in a little bit more detail in other videos, which I'll link below as well as up here. And the thing that I found was that for me, it's important to reduce my screen time because for me, it feels like I am able to live my life. I am able to be more present if I reduce my screen time because, like I've mentioned in the past, my screen time was so excessive that I just could not even do like the basic things that I need to do in a timely fashion that is stress-free. Like I felt always like stressed whenever I needed to cook something, clean something, and it felt like I couldn't get things done even though it was not that deep. Like I just needed to put the phone down. Like that's it. And in terms of my actual goals for what I want to be able to do with my screen time is I want to reduce like non-essential extra screen time to basically under 2 hours on average per day, which is very normal usage, I think, but I have very unreasonable, not normal usage, or have had very poor usage in the past. And given the fact that I work in front of a screen, so I'm in front of a screen anyway for 8 hours every single day for work, and then obviously for entertainment purposes to keep in touch with people, whether it's text messages, phone calls, FaceTime, etc., or like you do spend some time online to research things or to learn more about things. You might be watching something or reading something. It's just like there's so many things that require you to face a screen. And so when you're also in front of the screen for just casual reasons because you're bored or you have a minute to spare, that somehow turns to be like 2 hours, it's just too much, and it just takes away so much from my life. And so that's why I've been trying to improve it, and I had been improving a lot, but this past month was not a good month for me for sure in terms of my screen time. So in terms of my actual screen time on my phone, if you take a look at the screen time feature, I was averaging between about 2 hours to as much as 4 hours of screen time. And I'll be honest, I have told you guys before that I have deleted pretty much all of the apps from my phone except for like social media apps that are very engaging, have infinite scroll, etc., except for Facebook. And I never thought the day would come, but it has come, where I will literally be scrolling on Facebook, which I was like, this is a boomer thing, but apparently I'm a boomer now because I have been using it so much. I definitely also just look things up sometimes on Facebook or see what's up on Facebook Marketplace. Sometimes I look for rental apartments on there. I know people say don't do that, but I feel like you just need to know how to navigate things better, and filter out the scams. Yeah. But that is not as bad, to be honest, compared to everything else. So I've also mentioned that I have a work phone, and on that work phone I have Instagram, and I don't use it unless I need to post something or let people know that I like have posted a video, which I don't even always do. But what I was finding myself doing after work hours was I would just be scrolling on my work phone because now I have Instagram there. And so I'm like, okay, like if I can't manage this, if I can't keep my work phone away from me, because the idea was that I'm not going to use my work phone for anything except for work, even if it's after hours, but it's just so tempting. And so after hours, I'll be using my Instagram account. And then I was like, no, this is not it. So I haven't deleted it yet, but I think I'm gonna just have to delete Instagram from my work phone because it is ridiculous. Because and very convenient, I didn't enact the screen time feature on my work phone, so I can't see how much time I've been using on there, but I know for a fact that it would be several hours. Like I'm pretty confident of that. The third device that I use is my iPad, and I have been watching so many shows lately. Well, I've been trying to find shows to watch lately, and there was this one day I couldn't find anything to watch on Netflix or any of these the streaming services and I couldn't find anything on YouTube, and so I was just watching pointless videos that I wasn't even interested in. I mean, like, they're good videos and like you're still finding out about topics, but they were not even topics I'm necessarily that invested in that I would spend 30 minutes watching a video on that topic. It was ridiculous. But I just needed to do something. So I was like, let's go back to making YouTube videos because that's more fun. I really enjoy it, but I kind of don't like the editing process sometimes. And so I was kind of hating the process of editing my videos, and so that's why we haven't posted in almost 2 weeks, or just over 2 weeks, but we're getting back into it. But with the screen time on my iPad, it's primarily me listening to something, not necessarily watching. But as I've discussed in my first, I think, initial video regarding screen time, I want to reduce even like just the amount of stuff I'm listening to and just completely disconnect at times so I can focus on the things I'm doing. And it is so funny. The formula for me to be extremely productive, there's two things. One, don't listen or don't watch anything. So I don't have anything in my ears plugged in. I don't have any TV or iPad playing in the background, nothing like that. And then also my husband needs to leave the house for like at least an hour, and somehow everything I need to get done will get done, because if my husband's there, I want his attention or I want to give him attention. And then if I'm watching something, I can't look away sometimes. I've gotten better at that, but sometimes I'm like, I need to see every single frame of the show, and that's a problem because that just makes it really hard to focus on other things. Now, in terms of what went right and what went wrong this month, there's a couple of things. First, I started doing this thing. I enabled a feature where you can basically make your phone grayscale, and I find it so useful. The problem though is that sometimes I forget, because I can switch between grayscale and like color scale very easily. And sometimes I switch my phone back to color scale and I don't even realize it. And then that, I have seen, always makes me stay on my phone a lot longer. So that was a huge hurdle, because while this is a great feature, the fact that I can quickly switch between grayscale and color scale gets me to be on color scale a lot longer, and I need to basically manage that and control that and just always try to put my phone back into grayscale. The second thing is to get back into the hobbies that I've been trying to and meaning to explore. There are definitely specific things I want to focus on, and those are things that, like, they're very new to me, and so it's very like, I'm very reluctant because it's such a huge hill that you have to climb every time you try to learn something new or revisit something you haven't done in a very long time. And so I find that it's sometimes obviously much easier to just continue to scroll on your phone. And so I kind of like let go and was doing just whatever I want to do, but I need to get back into the swing of things, because one thing that I really enjoy doing is making these videos. But I was also like experiencing identity crisis. I experience it very regularly with all of my YouTube videos, because I'm like, what am I trying to achieve? What am I trying to do? What am I trying to put out there? I want to put something out there that is entertaining or something that I would like to watch, but I would like to make it like, I want it to be more meaningful. So, and I have actually made so many videos, especially in December. I made so many videos, but I didn't get around to editing them because I was just overwhelmed with editing. And like, I know a lot of people bunch edit and prepare videos to post, but I do find that it's more stressful, even though it is more convenient, because then I just have this huge pile of videos that I need to edit, and it's just sometimes really overwhelming. And I still have like probably like 5 to 6 videos that I've made in the last 2 months, I would say, that are just waiting to be edited, and I'm like, should I just move on to another video concept or something? But I think I just need to address the things that I want to do, including the YouTube videos, along with like the reading I want to do and the learning I want to do, and taking up activities like physical activities that are really intimidating for me, but I really want to try. And I just feel like there are things I've been wanting to do. I don't even know if I edited and posted this video, but I talked about how I really wanted to like learn how to swim, and it's just so intimidating. And to find like something that's like Muslim girl friendly is a challenge, especially because I I feel isolated in this venture so I just need to focus on trying to engage in the hobbies that I'm interested in. There's so many things that I'm interested in, but just trying to take some baby steps for some of them would be great in getting my mind away from constantly just scrolling my phone. And I think I've mentioned this before too, the main thing is to get away from just scrolling mindlessly and endlessly. Like, the reality is you do need your phone for a lot of things. If you're learning something, you're watching something for entertainment, work purposes, or leisure purposes, for the most part you need some kind of screen in front of you to kind of facilitate or complement whatever you're doing. So I understand that I can't like fully erase my screen time, but the scrolling really gets you into this like mind space where you're just wasting a lot of time. And so I want to get away from that. And so if I'm engaging in my hobbies or trying to learn something new, whether it's, you know, for work or pleasure, like, it just would make such a huge difference, because I've experienced that in December, how like freeing it was to not feel like I need to be on my phone 24/7, you know? And the last thing I wanted to talk about is in terms of like forming a habit. So like, I expected myself to do a little bit better during January, but to be honest, I wasn't keeping track. I thought I had like formed the habit and it was just going to be natural for me. But the thing is, I have seen for myself, it takes at least 2 months for me to really develop a habit. And that's like developing a habit, right? But this, I feel like trying to reduce my screen time, my scroll time, I think it's more like unlearning a habit that is extremely satisfying to the mind. And I feel like it's taking me a lot longer to maintain my progress. And I think it's like it's requiring a lot of brain power and effort and managing to make sure that I am not being excessive with my scrolling and screen time usage. And I think that I can probably I will probably have to put in like at least a solid 3 months of dedicated, like making sure that I'm not going over my 2-hour mark, which, you know, even in my best weeks, I was still occasionally going over 2 hours. But the point is to reduce it as much as possible and not feel like this dependency on my phone or just on this kind of mindless entertainment. So I think moving forward, I can expect that I need to give it at least 3 solid months. I wanted to say 2 months, but I feel like I did have close to 2 months of me reducing my screen time. So I think I need to extend it. You know, I need to reevaluate my expectations and give it maybe 3 months. And again, like, if I have activities or hobbies that I'm engaged with that are not just scrolling, that'll help take away from my time available to me to scroll. And so that's what I'm gonna try to focus on, inshallah. And I will probably update you guys next month and see how far we get with that. Let me know if you guys are also going to be reducing your screen time, if you have reduced your screen time, and what did you do to reduce your screen time. That would be very helpful. Because clearly I am struggling a little bit. But that's my update for January this year. Let me know what you guys are doing, and I will see you guys in the next video. Assalamu alaikum.